After 2,500 hours coaching people one-on-one through some of the biggest shifts of their lives, I boiled it all down to 20 quantum cheat codes that can change literally anything. Stick with me too, because we're not just talking about imagine yourself in a new timeline. You're going to change your business, your relationships, how you feel when you wake up in the morning. These are not theories that I read in a book somewhere. Every one of these 20 points came from real sessions with real people. They're the things I practice with my clients day in and day out. Coaches that are doing multiple 5 figures per month that want the next level. And in this video, I'm going to give you all 20. Let's get it. I'm leading with this one on purpose because it surprises people the most. Any feeling felt fully is bliss. The feeling you've been running from for your whole life was never there to hurt you. The thing that people shove down and pretend isn't there, the thing that people brag about not paying attention to, it was trying to get out the whole time, and you kept shoving it back down. I had a client write down a story and tell me, I don't need to go into this one. Like, I think writing it down was enough. I get it. Like, I understand it. And I just said, dude, I get it, man. Writing it down is a big step of the process. Just humor me on this, though. So he read it out loud. He went through all 3 reads that we'll go through at one of the later points, and he had this massive release. And the next day he texts me. He goes, dude, what just happened? I woke up at 3 a.m. sweating like I was detoxing from a night of drinking. Because his body was detoxing the story. And in the 2 months after that, he went from $21,000 a month, which is still solid, right, to $44,000 per month. Didn't change much about how he was showing up in his business. We didn't talk about business tactics. We just ripped a stored emotion out of his body and his subconscious. So tonight, when a feeling comes up that you would normally push down, do the opposite. Pause. Take a slow breath. And let it come all the way to the surface. Code 2 is the one that makes the next 5 work. All of this mindset and energy stuff gets simple the second you put your attention on 2 things: the words you use and the stories you tell yourself. That is the whole game underneath all the woo noise out there. Most people talking about the woo have yet to grasp what's actually going on here. Your words build your world. And a lot of people have heard that one by now. But this action is small, and you can start it right now. Pay attention to the words you're using and how you're using them. Because you are literally speaking your reality into being, whether you mean to or not. Pay attention to the next 5 codes especially, and they're going to help you realize just what words you're using and how you can shift them. So code 3. I'm going to run out of fingers too. We're going to be doing like flash and double for 20, right? Soft talk is the language of the least sure person in the room. Maybe, probably, kind of, sort of, perhaps, feels like, almost like, one day. Pull those words out of your sentences. When you catch a maybe or a kind of or a perhaps or a probably, take it out completely. Swap it for a can or a do or a will. I will be there instead of I might probably try to make it. I actually heard that one time. I might probably try to make it. I turned around and I said, cool, we'll see you next time. When you switch these words, watch how different a plan feels the second you stop hedging it and giving yourself an out. Code 4. The word should is just guilt pretending to be motivation. Well, I should do this. Yeah, because we've grown attached to like thinking that we need to punish ourselves to get things done. So we're going to detox that need to punish ourselves. Take any should statement, right? I should fill in the blank. I should post more, for example. Swap should for could. I could post more. Then swap could for can. I can post more. Then add a because. I can post more because my clients need what I have. You just walked a sentence from guilt to reason, and your body can feel the difference. Code 5, stop looking over your shoulder. Swap the negative for the affirmative. Catch the don't, the can't, the not, and turn it around to what you do want instead of what you're trying to avoid. I don't want to be broke like my parents. Okay, what do you want? Because that statement is aiming your brain and your subconscious at the feeling of being broke. Talking about what you do not want is like driving down the highway while staring in your rearview mirror. How do you think you're going to get to where you're going? You steer toward whatever you're looking at. So put your eyes on the road that you want to be on. Code 6, and this is the one that we hide from. Listen for the projections. The they, the them, the he, the she. And no, I'm not talking about pronouns. I know it's 2026. Don't come for me here. I'm just talking about language patterns. They made me angry. He made me feel small. Every one of those hands your power to someone else. So flip it into a reflection. Move from they to I. They made me angry becomes I made me angry. And I get it. This one may sound strange the first time you say it, and it is the most powerful swap on this list. Because the second it's yours, you're the one who gets to change it. It's not up to them anymore. Now it's up to you. Code 7, the last of the language codes. We hide behind the words this, that, and it. This is stressing me out. I cannot handle it. What is this? What is it? Like, those words point at the real subject, but at the same time let you dodge it. So you never have to look straight at it. You never have to go right into the thing. So get specific. This is stressing me out becomes the move is stressing me out. And then it becomes I am stressing myself out about the move. Now you can do something about it. Code 8. And this is the one I'm known for, and it's the engine under half this list. This is the process that breaks my clients free from things they've been carrying for years. You take the story running circles in your head, and you get it out of your body and onto paper. You can use digital paper. You can use a Google Doc, the Notes app on your phone. First thing, though, you title it, and you write it out first person. More detail than feels comfortable. Then you read it out loud. Conversational pace. Then you read it slower. Then you read it one more time with a full breath in and out between every sentence. 4 steps. The first read, you feel it. Probably, if we're being honest, for the first time. The slower read, you sit in it. You take the scenic route through it. And the breath read, you let it move up and out. I've had clients who have made a couple $1 million in their career, who have done $120,000 a month, who have paid tens of thousands of dollars to hypnotherapists, manifestation coaches, religious mindset coaches, you name it, people to try and help them solve the noise in their head. And they got value from all of them, but they never closed the loop. They understood their story in their head, but they never felt it all the way through and let it go. This is the part that does that, because you are seeing it, hearing it, and feeling it at the same time. So it releases on every level instead of staying stuck in a crevice somewhere. I'm not going to try and run you through the deepest version here, because the stories you cannot see on your own are the work I do with people one-to-one, where I ask very surgical questions to unearth the things that their subconscious tries to convince them isn't there. But you have enough to start tonight, to open that door and create more clarity than most people only dream of. Now look, I understand that you're not going to remember all 20 of these on one watch. So watch it again and again. No, I made you a 1-page cheat sheet with all 20 codes and a single action under each. It is free. The link is in the description. Grab it, and keep it next to you. Code 9. The victim mentality is not who you are. It is a habit you picked up, regarding yourself as the thing life happens to, even when the evidence says otherwise. You do not argue your way out of that. You act your way out of it. You take action, act your way out of it by running the codes you already have. Get clear on the story you are telling to yourself. See yourself honestly for maybe the first time, because my favorite definition of enlightenment is to see reality as it actually is. In order to do that, we must first see ourselves as we actually are. And in order to do that, change the words and feel the feelings all the way through. Do that enough, and the victim seat just stops fitting you. Code 10. A lot of us walk around all day with our breath stuck up in our chest and then wonder where the low-grade anxiety is coming from. Like, show me somebody with anxiety, and I will show you someone whose breath is trapped in their chest. So breathe low and slow, and breathe right. If your belly stays in and tight and the only thing moving when you breathe is your shoulders, you got an opportunity to improve this. So put a hand on your belly, and I want that hand to move when you inhale, not your shoulders. 4 seconds in. 2 hold at the top. 6 seconds out. 1 hold at the bottom. Run that for 3 more rounds. Just 4 simple breaths there. That is the fastest reset in your arsenal, and it's absolutely free. Use it. Code 11. We're over halfway here. Stick with me because number 20 is a payoff. A lot of high performers refuse to celebrate anything in the name of staying humble or keeping their edge. And then they wonder why some part of them wants to burn it all down. Run your wins through the same 4 steps you use on the hard stuff. Title 5 times you won, read them back slow, and breathe them in. That takes the win from something that upregulated your nervous system, and if it upregulates your nervous system, it still feels like it happens outside of you. It takes the win from something that happens outside of you to something that your nervous system keeps. You have grounded it. You have literally integrated it. You're not bragging. You're just like letting it land probably for the first time ever. You're like actually accepting it as part of you, which most people never do. And that's why they keep running with the arrival fallacy. Code 12. We are built to seek. And that's fine. Be a seeker. The trap is believing the next thing, the $50,000 per month, the marriage, the white picket fence, even the kid, is going to hand you a feeling that you can only make from the inside. I had a client who had done as much as $140,000 a month, made millions across real estate, e-commerce, and coaching, and he was always sprinting at the next level. Running through walls was his words. When we slowed him down enough to face what he was actually running from, because he wasn't running through walls to run through walls, he was running through walls to get away from the thing he was running from. When we slowed him down enough, he looked at me and he said, in his words, I'm already living the dream. And I mean, he still builds because that's who he is, but not from that hole anymore. And if we're being honest, he's building better now. So tonight, write down how you want to feel. Write down how you think the thing will make you feel, and then ask what you could do to feel a piece of that right now. Like, why can't you just feel that right now? What's keeping you from creating that for yourself? Code 13. Whatever your version of God is, get connected to it and have a delusional level of faith in it. The universe, science, quantum physics, Jesus, whatever it is for you, like, don't go 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Dive in and believe. The action is simpler than people expect. If prayer is your thing, if talking to God is your thing, if asking things for God is your thing, pray. If it's not, get quiet And I'm talking actual quiet. 30 minutes, no phone, no input, bored and still. Some people call this meditation. You have to get quiet to hear anything worth hearing. Number 14. People say they want freedom and picture having no one to answer to, just getting to kick it all day. Real freedom is the opposite. Real freedom is the will to be responsible to oneself. So ask yourself one question, and one question only. What is the one action that I have been avoiding that would move me toward the result I keep saying I want? Then go do that action today. Don't put it on the calendar for tomorrow. Go do it today, because that's the unlock for everything else that you seek. Code 15, you're almost there to number 20. We get so far inside of our own thoughts at times that we start to believe that we are our thoughts, and that's silly. The shift is learn to step back and watch yourself like an observer instead of being the one getting tossed around. And if you've listened to much personal development work, you may have heard become the observer. But the way in is to write your thinking down so you can see it on the page. You are literally observing it. Once you can see a thought sitting there, you can start to catch it as just a story you are telling before it runs you straight into the ground. You become the one directing the movie instead of a character stuck inside of it. Code 16. Delayed gratification is actually a muscle, and you build it small. Start with eating your favorite food last. Save the best bite of the burger or the burrito for the end. Save the thing you are looking forward to, the self-indulgent activity, until the end of the day, once you've checked all of your list off. Then, take it up a level. Tie your wants to something that you get to accomplish. A goalpost. You want the new laptop? Fine. You get to buy it the day all of the credit card debt is paid off. You are teaching yourself that you are someone who can wait for the better thing. And that one skill ends up carrying a dozen others with it. Code 17. The phone is the first voice in your head every morning, and that's not your voice. So take the morning back. Get a real alarm clock. Like they still sell them. You can still get woken up by something that's not your phone. So that way your phone is not the thing that wakes you. You're not habitually reaching for it. Leave the phone charging in another room. God, this step is so much bigger than most people give it credit for. Get up and go walk for half an hour, ideally around sunrise, with no headphones, no stimulation, nothing. Like if you're listening to meditation tracks, but you're not getting outside and hearing the birds sing in the morning, you're doing it wrong. You will be amazed what shows up in your own head when you stop handing the first hour to everyone else's voice. Code 18. What you think the problem is about is almost never what the problem actually is. The real one is sitting underneath it. So use code 1 and code 8 together. Take whatever emotion the so-called problem stirs up and run it through the 4 steps to trace it down to the thing driving it. Then do what most people will not. They straight up avoid it. Instead of managing the surface problem for another 10 years, run straight at the real one. And it turns from a problem you have been carrying into the opportunity that frees you. Code 19. It is not your job to fulfill your parents' unmet desires. Let me say that again. It is not your job to fulfill your parents' unmet desires. If you've felt a weight on you since childhood to be a certain thing or want a certain life, this is your permission slip to set it down. Write down what those unmet wants were. Be honest about the thing you are chasing that were really theirs. Even the ones that might have done you some good. Get them onto the page. Then, underneath, write down what you actually want. The thing that you think you have to put off until retirement. The thing that you think you need to earn. You cannot aim at your own life until you tell it apart from the one you inherited. Code 20. And this is the one I want you to walk away repeating. Scribble this on your office wall. There is no such thing as a business problem. There are only personal problems that manifest as business problems. There are only personal problems that show up wearing a business costume. A client came to me with a abysmal closing rate. He'd been told by his sales coach he needed to get more detached on sales calls. So he hired me to fix his detachment. We ran the process. We wrote the story down of not closing sales, of the last sales call that didn't close. And we traced the emotion. And we landed on a memory of him at 14 years old getting yelled at by his dad. That was the thing dropping his sales calls. Not a script, not a tactic, not discovery, not the pitch. After we cleared it, he started saying no to bad fit clients and pitching with actual conviction. And his business tripled. $17,000 a month to $57,000 inside of about 3 months. That is the whole list in one line. The block was never in the funnel. It was in him. He had been carrying it and thought that he had to carry it. And the same is true for you more often than you would believe. So those are the 20. And by now you've probably noticed I keep pointing back at one thing underneath all of them: the stories you are carrying. If you want to see what happens when someone runs these on themselves, watch this one next. I walk through exactly how I use these tools to quantum jump from a business deal that blew up in my face to the coaching practice I run today. It's right here, and I'll see you in it.